My name is Melinda Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today we are going to be working with the January 2020 Paper Pumpkin Kit. This Paper Pumpkin Kit is called, I believe it's called I'll Be Yours. Let me take a look right here. Yes, I'll Be Yours. Okay, so we're going to go through the kit in just a second. I'm going to just show you guys really quickly how cute. I've already been playing with this kit. So here is what they are looking like as the instructions show to make these cards. But of course you can do whatever works best. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to be going through the Paper Pumpkin Kit in just a minute. I also created a couple of alternative projects. So my plan for this live, for anybody who is interested or wants to know if they want to hang in for the whole thing, I'm going to be showing you alternatives that you can make. I have some that are already made, and then I'm going to do one card and envelope in the demonstration to make according to the instructions, and then I'm going to do one card and envelope with an alternative. And I pulled some stamp sets and everything for alternatives, things that I think that you can mix and match with the Paper Pumpkin Kit if you would want to, just to kind of give some more ideas. This kit is a little bit different because it actually makes 10, they're mini cards, they're 3-inch cards, 3-inch squares, and then also 20 treat bags. So, you know, just depending on what your plan is, or if you're even handing out Valentine's stuff, or if you want to be thinking of different occasions to use these treat bags for, the way that this kit has been designed by the Paper Pumpkin team, you can really do many different options with this particular Paper Pumpkin Kit. So that's what we're going to be doing today. First, I'm just going to be going over a few things with you, and then I will jump into the demonstration, but we'll walk through the Paper Pumpkin Kit too. So again, if you're just joining me live, my name is Melinda Hart. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up!, and this is Stamping with Hart. So let's go ahead and talk about a few of the things that I wanted to talk about today. The first thing is, if you got your January Paper Pumpkin, you're going to get this flyer in there that is giving you a preview of what February's kit is going to be about. So this is pretty cool. They have this little picture here that there is a stamp set that they're suggesting that you could use with your Paper Pumpkin Kit, and they're just letting you know that. But all of our Paper Pumpkin Kits are all-inclusive, meaning you can create a project just with the items in the kit. You don't have to use anything additional. If you would use something additional, it would be an add-on or a suggestion either from Stampin' Up! Or from your demonstrator. So this looks like this is going to be fun. So it's about celebrations, birthdays, cake, which is cool. And this is the I'll Be Yours. And now this right here is letting you know that the Hart punches, this duo right here, this is available either as a pack, these two punches, or you can get them in a bundle in the mini catalog, or you could get them in a suite in the mini catalog. If you don't already have the mini catalog, this is what that looks like. It's right in here. So again, this is an idea for an add-on that you can use, and I'll show you an alternative that we did with that. But you can use the January Paper Pumpkin Kit without them. It's not required, it's just a suggestion. Okay, I'm just going to set these aside for a second because we're going to come back to this. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about is celebration. So we are in celebration right now. It is a great time that if you purchase products, you can actually earn free product from this celebration brochure between January 3rd and March 31st, 2020. So the mini catalog and the celebration brochure launched at the same time, and I have other videos that you can see going over the catalog and the celebration brochure if you're interested. But I just wanted to mention that again today because we are still in celebration. So these deals are still going on, meaning if you make a $50 purchase before tax, before March 31st with me, you will earn free rewards. So just an example of that would be if you were to spend $50 before tax, you could choose different items that qualify. So the Gangs All Mirror, this stamp set, would actually be something you could earn free if you spent $50. So that's just something to keep in mind. And they have lots. I just did a video. I just launched a video with the Golden Honey Specialty Designer Series paper. This is a perfect example. So if you were to spend $50, you could earn this paper for free. And that's wonderful. This is actually a bee theme in the January paper pumpkin. There's a little bee stamp in there. I'll be showing you some sentiments that will go very well with this paper as well. So that's something that's cool to know. But there are lots of different options in here, just depending on your style, the things that you like to make. But such a great deal. If you spend in $50 increments, meaning if you spend $100, if you spend $150, you will continue to earn rewards, and you can cash them all in right then when you make that purchase. So you can get stamp sets, paper, embellishments. You'll see all of the different options in here. So one of the things that I'm going to be showing you in here is the Valentine suite, the From My Heart suite. And I'll get back to this in just a moment because I'm going to wait until I show you the alternative projects before I jump in here. But I just wanted to mention that we do have this catalog as well that is active and live right now. We also have our annual catalog, which is things that you can still purchase from, and I have some ideas to show you with that. This runs from January until June. And if you don't have a demonstrator and you need catalogs, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can either message me on Facebook or email me, whatever works for you, call, and then I will be sure to get some catalogs out into the mail to you. So let's go ahead and get into the paper pumpkin kit. So like I was saying, I already dug in here, but let me just show you some of the pieces. So I should probably start with the stamps, right? I'm going to show you, they have these. This is a whole sheet of these tags that you can use to go with things. So let me just put that off to the side. Okay, so here is the stamp set. Let me hold up this against the white so that you can see here. Okay, so this is actually a really big background stamp, and I'm sorry to go home shopping on you, but I am going to measure it because I was actually wondering what the size of this was. It's 2.5 inches. So that's pretty amazing. That's a square, so that's 2.5 by 2.5. You also get the lined heart with love for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Wishing you a lifetime of love. You get some flowers, a bee, thank you, let's be friends, handmade, be mine. Sorry, that was upside down. And then this little scalloped image here. So this can actually be a border for your square stamp, or of course you can just use it to make your own patterns or lines, whatever you would prefer. Hey, Kathy, good to see you here. I'm set up in a new location filming, so I hope that you guys can see okay. But yeah, so let me go ahead and get into this. So that's the stamps that come with this. Oh, one thing I did want to mention that Stampin' Up! Did let us know, the Paper Pumpkin team did let everybody know, was they weren't satisfied with the original set of adhesive dots that came in the kit. So they put an extra sheet in here that will replace it. So when you see your adhesive dots sitting right on the top of your box, that's why there's an extra set in there. If you have any trouble with these, you have your backups right here. These are the ones that they say were to replace the ones that were giving them some trouble. So good to know that they added that in, but you're also going to get your dimensionals, your Stampin' Dimensionals. These are the mini dimensionals. And oh, great. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. I'm so glad to know that. Okay, so here are the cards. They are so cute. This is mint macaron. I love these colors. We're going to be getting into the colors in just a minute. And here are the envelopes, the little treat bags. So they have card envelopes right here, where if you just want the card in the envelope, you have that. And then they have the little treat bag, which these are really nice. So you can see that you can fit a good amount in there. So if you'd want to slide a little card or a gift card or something like that, you could. Candies. Of course, I'm always thinking of chocolate, especially for Valentine's Day. But honestly, I mean, you could slide a lot of different options in here. So here are the treat bags. It has the scalloped edging here. This is where you're going to thread through the twine, which I'll show you. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is that this is actually foil stamped. I love that. So it's mint macaron. It wraps around. So it's on both sides of the treat bag. And then of course you could do, if you wanted to decorate up the treat bag, you can. But I just thought that that was a really nice little specialty detail that I wanted to point out. So let me move these out of the way. These are the ones I'm going to be working with you guys. But set that aside. So like I was saying, you actually get 20 of these, and then you get 10 of the cards and the matching card envelopes. And oh, these are, I love these. So I love what they surprise you with in these kits with the embellishments. You can see that these are kind of like, they kind of have an iridescent glow to them. They are shiny. And of course they have the little adhesive dots on the other side so that you can just take these right off and put them right on your project. But they have them in this, the pink and the purple tones. So sort of the Highland Heather and the Rococo Rose, but this looks a little bit more orangey to me than the Rococo Rose. So probably because of the iridescence, but just wanted to show you those. We'll be working with those. Now here's where the bees come in. So I've already been stamping and I've been using multiple colors, which I'll get into in a minute. The ink that comes in this kit, oh, I know, Kathy, I'm telling you, I saw somebody else presenting this kit and I was like, oh, so I kind of like to be surprised by what's in it. But yeah, it's so cute. This is such a cute kit. So here's the mint macaron that actually comes with this kit. If you'll forgive me, today I'm going to be using the full-size ink pads, and you'll see why in a minute, but that's the color. We have the Hart die cuts. So here's what I mean by not needing the punch, but if they, you know, they gave you the suggestion of it, and I'll show you how you can use it if you'd want to incorporate it. But these just punch right out. These already have the pattern on them, but they have the solids as well. Now here, I was experimenting a little bit and I did tone on tone with these and they came out really cute, which I'm getting ahead of myself, but I loved the way that that looked. And that is from the stamp right here in the Paper Pumpkin kit. But if you want to see what they look like without anything, this is how they come in the kit. And then we have our twine. So one thing about my new workspace, I'm in a much smaller spot. So we'll see how we go. So this is what the sheet looks like when you haven't really done anything with it. If you just forget that I stamped that Let's Be Friends right there. But you get lots of these. I mean, this was awesome to work with all three of these sheets. These are the die cuts too. And now let me get a little bit into what's different about today's Paper Pumpkin demonstration. I don't know if I showed you guys the baker's twine, but here it is. We're going to be using those to tie the tags onto the treat bags. So the reason why this is a little bit different today is because I actually had a chance to play before the live. That's not always the case, but I am going to try to start doing this more in the future. So let me just show you the colors. When you get the Paper Pumpkin kit, they give you all of this information about what's in the kit. So let me just show you what I mean by that. They will give you the color coordination right here on the back. So when you're doing your inventory to make sure that you have everything that was supposed to be in the kit, right down below here, oh my gosh, you guys, I still have I was doing finger painting with my son earlier. I swear I washed my hand 10 times and that neon paint is still on my hand. Sorry. Okay, back to what I was saying. So coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. Crushed Curry, Highland Heather, Mint Macaron, and the Rococo Rose. So today, I just wanted to play a little bit more, and I thought what I've been doing is I've been doing like the original Paper Pumpkin kit, and then I've been doing like an alternative Paper Pumpkin project later. And I thought, since I have time to play before I go live, let me do the original design for the kit and let me do like some alternatives ahead of time and then do one of each live. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. And if I can do that, I will. And if I can't, then I'll just stick to the original way. But one of the things that I really love about Stampin' Up! Is the coordinating colors, like that they have cardstock that matches the inks, that matches markers, that match ribbon. They have these refills and you can do all of these different things. It's so cool. So that's not something that you see often. And I wanted to show you, like, depending on the mood that you're in or the theme of your project, especially if you want alternative ideas, it's very cool. Yes, crafty hands, I know. Oh, Kathy, I'm telling you, it's always something, right? So here is the Mint Macaron. And this is all of the stamps that are inside the Paper Pumpkin kit, because I know it can be difficult, you know, when I'm showing you them like still adhered to their backing. It can be hard to see them. So I wanted to stamp every stamp from the Paper Pumpkin kit in each of the coordinating colors, which is what I've done here. So here is the Mint Macaron. This is the background stamp, and this has been stamped like the first time when you ink and stamp, and then this is stamped off. So this is the second time. So instead of re-inking, I just stamped it again and got that lighter impression. So this is just in case you're new to stamping, if you're already getting the Paper Pumpkin kits, but maybe you're really just kind of sticking to the basics. If you want to play a little more, it's kind of a nice option. Like when you're working with really beautiful spring colors like this, which is what I think of when I see this palette. I kind of like those really soft pastel colors. So I just wanted to show you that option because I think that they could be really pretty. So here's the Mint Macaron. Here is the Crushed Curry. I know, Kathy, I don't even know what made me do it. I had all the colors lined up and then I thought I'm actually going to like stamp them all out, and it does get the creative juices flowing because you're kind of working with the stamps and you're seeing the colors and you're playing around, and it kind of like gets your imagination going with the project. So it really was cool. I'll have to do this more with the Paper Pumpkin kits, but it really is so much more versatile, I think, than we give the Paper Pumpkin credit for sometimes. But I will never be able to communicate how much I love these kits. I mean, it was how I started and I still adore them. So there's Crushed Curry. And then here is Rococo Rose. Rococo Rose is one of my personal favorites. This is an in color. But you can see it's kind of an unexpected color too. Like when I'm looking here, I kind of see this as like a mauve tone, right? But when you stamp it the first time, it actually dries a little bit darker than what I expected. So for spring, I kind of like the stamped off look for the big stamp. But for the little stamps, like for the small, especially for the thank you, like the way the thank you looks and the Happy Valentine's Day looks, I like it with the original stamp because it stands out a little bit more. So this is just one of the ways that you can play. What I was trying to do here was just show you that you could do like a continuous line. If you were working with like a traditional size card with this particular scallop stamp, you can use the scallop to frame the square, or you can just use it as a line all the way across. Of course, all one tone. I just was stamping off, so I figured I would do it that way, but that's Rococo Rose. And then here is Highland Heather, this is such a beautiful tone too. So here you can see the original, the stamped off. And I just, somebody on our team just did a purple Valentine's card. Her card, Patty Dolan, you should check out. She has fabulous projects, but she just did a purple Valentine's card and it was so beautiful. So when I was stamping all of this out, I thought to myself, like, this is so cool. So anyway, these are all of the different colors that we're going to be working with today. That's kind of why when I was playing with the die cuts, I was stamping them in the different colors. And this is fun. So if you have the inks, then of course just grab them and you can play around with your paper pumpkin kit. And then if you don't, you may have gotten these colors in prior paper pumpkin kits, or if you're thinking about getting the inks, now is an amazing time to do it because we're in celebration. So, okay, let me get to the original projects. I'm going to show you the alternatives that I made, and then we'll play. So the way that they have this on the instructions, and if this is the first time anybody is watching a paper pumpkin demonstration, when you open up this little flyer that they put in here, it has the instructions, like visual instructions right inside that you can follow to a T, or you can kind of do your own thing. I usually will just kind of pull off of the picture because they always have a beautiful picture right on the front here. But if you need the instructions, they have it. And they also have this ruler right printed at the bottom of the paper. This is on every single one that you get. I love this, so that you have a tool to measure whatever it is that they provide in the kit that month. For this month, it's the twine, and they might put, you know, ribbon in there or whatever. So I think this is the 8.5. So they tell you to cut this to 8.5 inches. So there you go. You would just, and if you want to do this in a assembly line style, if you know you're going to be making the same treat bag or the same tag over and over and over again, just line them up, snip, 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 and then you'll have all 20. And it comes out a lot quicker than you might think. So anyway, what I was saying is these are the original cards that I made. So this is the mint macaron. Okay, so just the mint macaron ink. So that was the one that came in the kit. This is the first time it was stamped, and then this is the stamped off. So this is the lighter version of that. So it's really more of just like a shadow instead of like the full stamp. And then all of these are the die cut pieces that came with the kit on dimensionals, just to kind of pop it off. You can kind of see that little bit of shadow there under the heart. And then these are the treat bags. So I didn't do anything with these envelopes. I would just tuck them into the white envelope. If you would want to stamp them up, you could. And then with the treat bag, you take the twine and you make a little tag using this little, what do I want to call this? Not a flag, but we'll just call it a tag. So you put the tag base and then you put the heart right on top with whatever die cut sentiment that you want. This is stamped in the original ink, the mint macaron. So here's one in purple, and here's one, well, the Highland Heather. And again, that's printed. That was already in the kit. And then this is the Rococo Rose from the kit. Okay, same with these hearts here. And now here are some of the alternatives. So when I was playing around with this, and these are just alternative cards. So in this case, it is Highland Heather ink. So I used my own ink with the kit products and just kept it really simple. Still used the stamps from the kit, but this is Rococo Rose ink. And then I used the border around the background stamp. And these are both stamped one time. And then the Rococo Rose ink with, again, the stamp from the Paper Pumpkin kit. I love this font. They give you multiple fonts in this kit. They give you a background stamp. They give you the heart stamp. So this is actually, there's a lot of stamps in this kit. There always are, but I'm always surprised about like the variety. So those are just two really subtle alternatives that you can do. And if you are loving, like I am, I think a lot of people are, I've seen a lot of inspiration with the From My Heart suite. And you want to know if Paper Pumpkin this month works with it because it's kind of got that Valentine's flair. It does. It definitely does. So beautiful. So this is a From My Heart stamp, and From My Heart Sweet. This is the ribbon, but it's on the paper pumpkin tag and with the paper pumpkin treat bag. Okay, so there's that. And then this one for the tag, for the little treat bag, is the Designer Series paper heart using the punch that they suggested. And then the other punch that they suggested borders it. This is Real Red cardstock. Okay, so the red, and this is Flirty Flamingo, is the accent color in From My Heart. Actually goes really well with mint macaron. I was surprised. And then you can see here on the cards, this is the card from the paper pumpkin kit, but the embellishments and the hearts are actually from My Heart. And then the stamp is from Paper Pumpkin. It was just stamped in Real Red instead of the mint macaron. But even if you did it in mint macaron, it would still look great if you were doing that. So these are the little gems that came in the From My Heart Suite too. And I just thought it's really simple, but it's really cute. And then same thing here. This is still a stamp from Paper Pumpkin. It was just done in red, the Real Red. And then of course, this is the From My Heart hearts. So this is the Designer Series paper using the punch, and then the heart doily. And these are the little flowers from this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. So they all blend together really beautifully. I mean, they're very simple. There's not much to them, but it's just really, it is versatile even though you're not doing much with it. So let's go ahead and put two together. So we're going to do one original we'll put together here for the live. Let's see. I'm going to do a card here. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp right on here. We're going to use the mint macaron, and if you don't mind, I'll use my big mint macaron. I actually have a plan for the little one. We're going to stamp. So according to the instructions, it tells us to stamp our background and labels first. So I have been working on that, but for the sake of doing the live, we'll go ahead and do that. Here's the Paper Pumpkin block, which it will fit the background stamp. If I can find my stamps, if you're wondering what I'm looking for my stamps. Okay. So let's do a background. Now I'm wondering with this table if I can stamp direct onto here without having a problem. I think I'm going to put this on paper. Let's see. I'm going to have to try that and see how that goes. But let's go ahead and just stamp that one. Okay. That was just fine. And then let's go ahead and stamp one of our sentiments here. And let's just do Happy Valentine's Day. Well, you know what? Let's do Let's Be Friends. I'm going to use one of my smaller blocks, but you could just switch out your stamps on your Paper Pumpkin block if that's just how you're starting, or if that's the only block that you have. If you have more blocks, then definitely bring them in. Makes it easier if you have more. Okay. And we're going to grab one of our hearts. And I kind of like the solid heart behind the patterned heart. I mean, behind the pattern square. So let's just do, oh, well, I don't want to say with love if it's for friends, but you get the idea. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some of our dimensionals. I already have a dimensionals pack going, so I'm just going to use that one, but they all go to the same place. And let me grab some of these. I like 3 for the heart. I don't know if you would prefer more or less. I'm sure 2 would be fine. And I'm just going to put this right here in the center. And then I'm just going to do the circle like slightly off. So with that one, let's do the adhesive dots. And let me see which way. Okay. So let's do here and here, and then I'm going to put a dimensional on the other side so that it will still okay, so you can kind of see how it grabbed those adhesive dots. I know, Kathy, they do fit really good in those little hearts. It's one of those things that as you're, I know, I know, and I saw that you just got the paper, and that paper is so gorgeous, isn't it? The From My Heart paper, so pretty. It's you barely need to even put anything on it. It's just like standalone gorgeous. You just put a tiny little stamp in there. It's like the easiest simple stamping with those papers because they just shine. Okay, so we'll do the Let's Be Friends. Now we're going to pop a little bee on here. So I already have some bees going on this one. You could do more than one bee, I guess, but we'll just do one bee right there. I've been liking the bee kind of between the sentiment and the heart. And should I pop up the bee? Let's see. We'll pop up the bee. Put it right in the center. Okay. And I mean, that right there is fine, but we'll go ahead and we'll add some little flowers. Let's put one right there. Another one up there. And I mean, just really, really fast and really cute. So yeah, I really just love this. So easy. So just depending on if you want to stick to the original ink, if you want to start experimenting with the coordinating colors that they list for you. And of course, if you want to add in the cardstock or whatever, you can totally do that. I am going to work with, we're going to do our alternative project now. And for that, I wanted to work with Welcome Easter, because when I first saw the colors of, and I know they're going to do something awesome when we get closer to this particular holiday, but when I first saw the colors, I was like, that is so spring. So for this little alternative card, we're going to do Welcome Easter, just something simple. So I've pre-cut some papers. We're just going to do like a layering piece here. And I just need to make sure that the stamp fits, basically. So I like this size, but let me see if the little chick is too big for this. I just want to make sure that it's going to fit. So it will. Okay, so here's our little chick. And then we have an option. So I'm going to use a different stamp too. So we'll stick to the same stamp set here. And the question is, will these fit? So we could do Sweet Friend. That would be adorable. But let me just see. Oh, it's going to fit, you guys. Okay, so I'm doing that. Yeah, let's use that one. Okay. This is what I mean about when you start rolling with it. Okay, so we're going to work with our little check. And then let me just pick this up. Is this block too short for that one? It might be. I want to use my background still, but we're going to do, we'll do purple. We'll do the Highland Heather. So since we did mint macaron for the original, let's do Highland Heather for this one. So let me just grab that. Yeah, I'm gonna need like 3 more tables in my office. Okay. All right, am I still on screen? Okay, good. I haven't been looking in the viewfinder. Okay, so we're still gonna do our background stamp. But what I'm gonna do with the background stamp actually is I'm gonna stamp it higher. I'm gonna go closer to the line so that I have room for the Have a Wonderful Easter. And I'm gonna stamp the Have a Wonderful Easter in the Highland Heather too. And hopefully that will be dark enough. So let's stamp it like right here. And the way that they've designed this, you can actually do this and repeat. So if you'd want to actually like get right to the edges of your card with the background, you could. But I'm just going to stick with the block. Let's see if that's going to look. That is going to cover that up. Okay, so let me put my money where my mouth is. And let's stamp this. So let's see how we do. I need better scrap paper underneath. Okay, so let's just stamp here and see how we go. It's pretty good. Could be better. Got a little line there. Let's try this way. That one was better. A little overlap, but not too terrible. And then I'm going to leave this one go, like at the bottom. So I'm going to use the same block for Have a Wonderful Easter. Just picking it up. Okay. It's a little bit crooked, but you'll forgive me, I hope. And let's see how this looks now. Pretty good. That's kind of close, isn't it? I think I'm going to trim this down if you guys don't mind. So this is the little mini trimmer that you get if you join or if you get the starter kit during celebration. Let me just make sure that the way I'm trimming this isn't going to be too terrible. I'm not measuring this exactly either, just eyeballing it. But it comes in handy. Let me see if I can get it just right to under this line here. Yeah, I just want to see a little bit of the purple peeking out. So let's do that. Again, I mean, it's a simple project. You don't want to take too long. I'm going to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink with this particular stamp because I'm going to color it with the Stampin' Blends markers. Okay. I mean, how adorable is this guy? And I'm realizing I did not grab the pumpkin pie for the beak, so it's close to me. I'll be able to reach it. Okay, so if you guys have not seen me color before, I am super basic when it comes to coloring. So I'm going to be using the Daffodil Delight. I basically only use the dark when I'm trying to like create shadows or if I'm following the artwork of the designer of the stamp. So I don't go too crazy with the coloring, but that's just me. You can get as fancy and as technical as you like. And you don't even have to color in the image. You could just stamp it in either the Crushed Curry or Daffodil Delight or whatever of the yellow family that you have in your collection. Yeah, I need my little orange, right? So let me go back in. So all I'm going to do here is kind of give a little bit of shadow to the feather areas. just kind of a little around the outline here. Okay. And then let me just do a little bit here. Okay, just kind of a little bit dotted, and then take that light and just blend it. So the alcohol markers will blend. Stampin' Blends you can purchase individually. You can purchase light, dark, or you can buy the combo, which has light and dark. So just whatever your preference is. But whenever you sort of blend your colors together, and that's whether you're blending 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 colors, because they're alcohol, they blend really beautifully and you don't end up with those hard lines. Okay. And then let me grab my pumpkin pie, you guys. Just hang on one second. It is within reach. Okay. So this is the dark pumpkin pie. I'm going to go straight to dark here. I mean, is this guy the cutest or what? I'm pretty sure it's not accurate to give him orange feet, but it's okay. And I haven't been around a lot of baby chicks, but he's cute. What should I do with his little feathery thing? I think I'm just going to leave it yellow. That's just me. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but we don't have to overthink it, right? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put this right on. All right. I'm going to grab some dimensionals here. Oh, here they are. They were right in front of me. All right. And let's pop these on. As your dimensionals dwindle, I like to either tear or rip the base paper off where they're gone from, because it makes it so much easier to grab them when they're not on a full sheet like that. They're easier to store too. All right, so here we go. Now what you could do is you could fussy cut that out and put it on the heart, right? Should we do that? Should I do that maybe after all that cutting? I just put these on the back. No, I'll just stick it down. But actually that was like a better idea. So you could definitely do that. But what I will do is add some of the little flowers, because I think that would be adorable. So what type of a decorator are you on your cards? Are you sparing with things like this, or do you use like a million? Because if I could use the whole sheet just on this card, I would. That's the type of embellishment person that I am. And you'll see, because I'm about to just, yeah, I'm going to keep going across because I think that's just adorable. And we'll end up with another pink one in the middle. There we go. Super cute. I would like to go around like the whole thing, to be honest, but I will stop there just for the sake of the project. You can add a little bee to this if you would want to. You certainly could. Let me see. You know, if you'd want a little bee buzzing around, just depending on how spring you want to make it. But you have the option for Easter with these projects too, just depending on what you have in your arsenal. This is from the Welcome Easter stamp set, but used with the card on the paper pumpkin kit. And I pulled a couple more stamp sets that I just wanted to draw attention to. I'm going to be working with them, making some projects, not tonight, but I wanted to mention them because I think that they would go so well with paper pumpkin, whether you're using it for holidays or what have you. Let me put this little guy right down here so you can kind of sort of see it. So whether you're doing friendship, thank you, Valentine's, Easter, I mean, Mother's Day would be a good one. You could use this for multiple different occasions. I don't know if you have a wish for everything. I do. I love this set. I actually bought this bundle. It also has die cuts that come with this, which I'll show you in just a second. But the reason why I love it for Paper Pumpkin is because, number one, you have all of these stamps here, which are small, right? So they're actually going to fit really nicely with the die cuts that already came in your Paper Pumpkin kit. Whether you're going for the rectangles, like the little square, that's more of a rectangle than a square, right? So the little rectangles, the circles, it will fit in those. You can make it for whatever occasion that you would want. They're all here. And then you have the bigger happy that you could do with the smaller, you know, Mother's Day or birthday or Easter, you know, just they're all there. And then on the other one, they have the inside. So if you would need something for Mother's Day, or if you would need something for Easter, it's a really nice size for the inside of the card because they're smaller cards, or if you were tucking something into the treat bag. And of course these could go onto the treat bags too. And these are what the die cuts look like when they're cut out. So for example, the die cut would actually say Happy Valentine's Day. They cut in 3 passes. I didn't have them all to show you in the same color. But if you would need Valentine's Day, if you would need Mother's Day, if you would need it to say Happy Easter, the die set from A Wish for Everything has all of those in it. So if you have a kit, you know, an all-inclusive kit, whether you have the Paper Pumpkin kit from last year, this year, you know, January, another all-inclusive kit, if you're really into the medleys, if you've been getting the medleys, these are awesome with those. So here's what the script for Mothers looks like. Let me just show you. I had pre-cut these for another project. I don't know if you guys saw my buffalo check project, but I was cutting a ton of these back then. So I really wanted to mention this because I thought that they were so great. So, I mean, you can see how many different dies that you get in here. So this is in the annual catalog. And this is something that if you would buy this bundle, you would qualify for a celebration item. Another thing that I wanted to mention is if you have Meant to Be, if this is a stamp set that you've already gotten, this would go really beautifully with the January Paper Pumpkin kit. Or of course, if you're just working with other Valentine's projects, if you're working with the From My Heart suite, this would still be awesome with that. And then I also like Wonderful Moments. And the reason that I like Wonderful Moments is because the January Paper Pumpkin actually lends itself to showers. Or like we have the smaller sentiments here if you want to say something just slightly different, or if you need the inside again of the card stamped, there are really nice sentiments here. So I'm always trying to think of like different ways to use my Paper Pumpkin kits or the stuff that I already own that I can incorporate with it. And I just thought that this was really nice. So just wanted to mention those to you too. Funny story. I just finished my Facebook Live. It's January 18th. It was for the January Paper Pumpkin kit. And I was all ready to go, and I had alternate samples, and I'm doing my live, and I do the cards, and I realized as soon as I finished my live, I did not make the tags for the treat bags. So let me do that now, and I'm gonna just pop this on the end of my video, and I will repost. So this is what the tag looks like here for the original Paper Pumpkin kit. So we're just going to put one of these together, and then we're going to do one alternative together. All right, and now we're going to make our alternative tag. So in order to make the alternative tag, we are going to go ahead and we are going to stamp a bunny. This is from a separate stamp set. This is just different ideas, different ways to use your paper pumpkin kit. I'm grabbing the lamb and I want the bunny. So let me grab the little bunny. All right, here we go. Just going to trim that. And how cute did that turn out? So, so sweet. So there's your original tag and your alternative. Thank you so much. If you haven't already liked my channel, please like, subscribe, comment, share. Any activity that you are willing to do with these videos is such a great help to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.